We meet Okaya Mitsuhiko on the worst day of his life. His wife cheated on him with his own junior colleague. He sits alone in his empty apartment, totally defeated. He decides to go out for food, just to do something. He opens his front door and finds a girl crying on the ground. She's in a high school uniform, just sitting there. He stares, completely confused. Who is she? Then another girl appears. A blonde gal with an attitude. She points a finger right at him. You're the one who made my older sister cry. He's totally shocked. He hasn't done anything. The blonde girl comforts her crying sister. They have a strange request for him. The blonde one leans in close, a sly look on her face. Let us stay here for the night. In exchange, we can do dirty things. His face goes completely blank. What did she just say? He yells at them to stop joking and get out now. But the quiet sister looks up, tears in her eyes. Okurin-sensei, you don't remember us? That name. Okurin-sensei. It hits him like a ton of bricks. He hasn't heard it in years. He remembers. They were his students 10 years ago, back when he was a part-time cram school teacher. They are the twin sisters, Akari and Nanako. He's so overwhelmed with nostalgia, tears start to fall. The girls admit they used to follow him home back then. Suddenly, Nanako spills a drink all over her skirt. She needs to wash her clothes, but there's a problem. The girls come running out of the bathroom, wearing only towels. Sensei? The washing machine is broken. He completely freaks out. Put some clothes on! He throws some of his own shirts at them. But now they have no way to go home. It's past midnight. Their clothes are wet or ruined. The blonde sister, Akari, teases him mercilessly. Are you just gonna throw us out on the street? He's cornered. He looks at their sad, pleading faces. He lets out a huge sigh. Okay, I'll let you stay. The girls explode with joy, hugging each other tightly. Akari declares she's going to make dinner to thank him. His quiet, miserable life just got very, very complicated. A guy with white hair gives him 2 thumbs up. Useless overtime. Congrats, he says with a smirk. Okaya blushes, thinking about his upcoming date. But then he wakes up with a jolt. He sits up in bed, totally confused. It was a dream. He stumbles out of his room, completely exhausted. A cheerful voice greets him. You were up early. It's Akari, one of the twins, wearing an apron. She asks what happened to his suit that got ruined. He panics, but she points to the washing machine. I kicked it and it started working, she says proudly. She presents his simple breakfast, buttered toast. But she looks sad. The fridge was totally empty. Her expression shifts, becoming serious. She calls his wife the worst hag. She says the wife doesn't even cook and cheats on him. Okaya's blood runs cold. How do you know Mise cheated? Akari looks away, flustered. Well, kinda. She quickly changes the subject, pushing him to eat. She even remembers exactly how he likes his coffee. He tells her not to make a sad face over some stupid woman. He tries to convince himself to just forget her. Akari makes a wild offer, a 2-for-1, with her and her sister. He just ignores her, saying he has to go to work. It's Saturday, you know, she asks, confused. He tells her editors don't get weekends off. She gives him a quick kiss on the cheek. A lucky charm. He leaves, flustered, as the other sister, Nanako, wakes up. She sleepily tries to say good morning to him as he walks out. The scene shifts. He's remembering something horrible. He thinks back to the day his life fell apart. After an all-nighter, he came home without calling first. He opens the bedroom door, and his world stops. He found his coworker, Kisagawa, in bed with his wife. His wife, Mise, just screams at him, "It's your fault." Kisagawa was always a charming snake at the office, and that very same guy was cheating with his wife. The next day at work, his boss calls him in. I want you to leave the Takanawa Books label, she says coldly. He's stunned. He asks why. She tells him, there's a rumor you're having an affair. He can't believe what he's hearing. I'm having an affair? His boss says the source is Kisagawa. Rage boils inside him. That bastard! She questions why she should believe him over Kisagawa. He sees it's hopeless. Guess it's time, he thinks. He looks her dead in the eye. I'm quitting this company. Her face goes pale. Q quit the company? He reminds her, you're the one who told me to leave. She begs him to stay, saying she only meant the label, but he just turns and walks away without another word. Out on the main office floor, he lets out a furious shout. Damn it! The deputy editor, Uematsu, pulls him aside. Care to talk? They stand on the balcony. Okaya explains everything. Uematsu looks at him. A serious guy like you wouldn't have an affair. I believe you, he says, his voice thick with emotion. Tears well up in Uematsu's eyes. He knows Okea's character. You always stayed late, worked harder than anyone. There's no way someone like you would cheat on their wife. Okea breaks down, tears streaming down his face. He's just so grateful someone finally believes him. Uematsu looks out at the city. I'm quitting soon too. Then he makes a huge offer. Would you start a new label with me? Okea's eyes go wide. A new label? Uematsu says they can finally make the books they want to make. Okea shakes his hand. Please, let me join you. The memory fades. He's back in his apartment, in bed. He's so tired, he drifts off to sleep. He feels something incredibly soft and warm. He opens his eyes slightly. What is this? He's in bed, with Nanako pressed right against his back. She's sound asleep, murmuring his name. Sensei. He completely freaks out. Wait, Nanako! Just then, Akari peeks through the doorway. Her jaw drops. She sees them in bed and gets the completely wrong idea. Akari later teases Nanako. He saw you sleeping in his bed. Nanako goes into a full-blown panic, falling backward. It's not what it looks like, she cries out. Akari keeps going. Doing naughty things in Okuren's bed, Tilda? Nanako's brain just short-circuits from pure embarrassment. Later, they all sit down for a huge dinner. Nanako made it herself. It's incredibly delicious. She blushes. I packed it full of love for you, Okuren. Then she blurts out, I studied cooking so I could become your wife. The girls learn he's getting a divorce. They cheer. Heck yeah! He tells them he quit his job. They both gasp in shock. Akari winks. So don't worry, Okuren. This second child bride will firmly support the household. Nanako joins in. And I'll be the first child bride and save money. He slams his hand down. No. The deal was for one night. The girls stare back, completely shocked. What do you mean we have nowhere else to go? Nanako looks away, her voice tight. She says their parents wouldn't even be worried. I don't want to go back to that house. Akari adds that their relatives won't listen. She looks him right in the eyes. You're the only adult we can rely on, Sensei. He looks at them, huddled together, trembling. He thinks about how selfish he's been. He lets out a long sigh. All right, you can stay here. For a while, the girls freeze. Nanako blushes bright red. Akari asks, Is that really okay? Nanako says there'll be a financial burden. He just pats her on the head gently. Don't be stupid. I can handle it. He tells them not to worry about money at all. Nanako's eyes fill with tears of pure relief. But he adds one very important condition. I have to talk to your parents. He says he can't let them stay without permission. The hope drains from their faces. Understood. The next morning, Akari wakes up first. Nanako is still asleep, mumbling something cute. Shenchi, IWUVU. Akari checks her phone. No new messages from home. She leans over her sleeping sister. She whispers a promise. I'll get you and Okuren together. Suddenly, Okea appears in the doorway. Akari teases Nanako that being pretty isn't enough. Nanako fires back. You need more sex appeal! And then she pulls open her own shirt. Okea just stares, completely speechless. Akari panics. Breakfast isn't ready yet. He just smiles. Let's all eat out together. At the cafe, he and Nanako start talking. They remember old times from cram school. Akari sits there, feeling totally left out. Then Okea gets a call. It's from Rusha-sensei. Akari's eyes narrow. Is that a woman? A rival? But then Okea's face goes completely pale. He stares at a text on his phone, frozen. It's from his ex-wife. She wants to start over. Okea stares at his phone, his face completely pale. His ex-wife wants to start over. In the apartment, Akari explodes. What kind of nonsense is that? Nanako agrees. She cheated, and now she wants back in. They both look worried. You're not getting back with her, are you? Okea shakes his head. His feelings are totally gone. He tells them he's just meeting her to sign the divorce papers. The girls let out a huge sigh of relief, but Nanako still wonders. Why does she want to reconcile now? Akari scoffs. It's simple. The guy she cheated with dumped her. The next day, Okea heads to a cafe. His mind set. He thinks to himself he feels zero sympathy for her. His wife, Mise, is waiting. She looks down, looking sad. She apologizes for making him come. He just stares. He drops the divorce papers on the table. I'm here to make you sign. She panics. Wait, please listen to me. He tells her to sit down. She's making a scene. He asks coldly what there is to talk about. She tries to deny it. He reminds her she cheated. It's a fact. She tries to get close to him, to seduce him. Let's be close, like we used to be. His face twists in disgust. Like we used to be. He asks if it's because the other guy dumped her. She suddenly changes her story. She claims she was forced. Okaya freezes. You're saying you were forced? She gets cocky. You didn't see it happen. You have no proof. She smirks. And without proof, you can't divorce me, right? He looks pained. She's hitting where it hurts. Then, a new voice shouts, if it's proof you want, we have it. It's Nanako and Akari. They burst into the cafe. The wife is stunned. Okaya is shocked. What are you doing here? Akari winks. Reinforcements are here. The wife gets furious and lunges at Akari. Okaya grabs her arm. Are you seriously going to hit a kid? Nanako holds up a phone. It's a picture of the wife letting a man into the apartment. The wife panics. That's a lie! That photo is edited! Akari grins. Oh, really? Then can you explain this Try Since Tries video? The wife's face drains of all color. She's been caught. She collapses to the floor, completely broken. She begs and cries, apologizing for everything, for lying, for cheating. Okaya looks down at her, his expression like ice. He tells her he hates her. She's left kneeling on the floor, utterly defeated. He turns to leave. We're finished. Goodbye. The three of them sit down for a meal. The dust has settled after the big fight. Okurin makes a sudden announcement. We're moving house tomorrow. Akari and Nanako choke on their food. A new place? Already? Okurin explains they'll move everything. Except for his ex-wife's stuff. That's getting thrown out. The girls are stunned. Akari asks if he bought a house. No, I rented one. The girls slowly understand. His ex-wife knows this address. She could show up, cause more trouble. She might even get violent again. This move, it's to keep them safe. The girls look at him, their hearts pounding. Akari can't help but smile. Sensei, thank you. She realizes she's happier than she's ever been. Okurin just says it's the natural thing to do. All right, time to pack. Movers are coming. He excuses himself to make a phone call. Just then, his own phone buzzes. It's the girl's mother. He lets it go to voicemail. Her voice is serious. She needs to talk. Please call me back, she says. The next day, it's time to go. They stand outside their old building. Shall we go to the new place, he asks. He leads them to a white SUV. The girls are shocked. You have a car? Nanako's expression darkens. She pictures his ex-wife using this car for her affairs. Okurin just sighs. He gets in the driver's seat. Now for the most important battle. Who gets the passenger seat? Nanako blushes and says she'll take the back. She pushes Akari forward. You sit with Sensei. Akari completely short-circuits. Sitting next to him, it feels like a real date. She turns bright red, shaking her head. Okurin smirks, teasing them. Fine, he says. Tired of the drama, you can both ride in the back. The girls look at each other, totally crushed. They climb into the giant, empty back seat. Akari fumbles with her seatbelt. It's squishing her chest. My boobs are crying, she whines. Okurin glances in the rear-view mirror. He's totally unfazed. It's the law, he says. Nanako scolds her for distracting the driver. But they're both thinking the same thing. Okurin isn't like the gross boys at school. He's calm, he's respectful, he's the best. Akari whispers with a thumbs up. Soon, the car stops. We're here. The girls look out the window. They're not at an apartment building. It's a huge, modern, 2-story house. Whoa, this is a rental? Nanako immediately freaks out about the cost. Okurin explains it's an old house, just renovated. It's convenient for his work at the publisher. And then Akari realizes something. It's also within biking distance of their school. They don't have to take the crowded train anymore. He thought of them. He thought of everything. The girls look at him, tears in their eyes. Thank you, Sensei. Akari can't take it anymore. She throws her arms around him. Okurin is the best! Nanako smiles and joins the hug from the other side. Okurin is trapped between them. Flustered. You're not a little kid anymore, he tells Akari. She just grins. Then you're fine. You're my temporary boyfriend. Meanwhile, across town at a publishing company, a young editor is on the phone, sweating. He's talking to a famous author, Rishia Sensei. You're joking, right? He pleads. On the other end, the voice is firm. I won't write here anymore. An editorial department without Okaya has no value. The editor's jaw drops. The line goes dead. His coworker asks, what's wrong? He runs out the door, completely panicked. We see Rishia Sensei, a beautiful woman in a kimono. She hangs up, her face set with determination. She looks at her phone, her expression softening. She whispers to herself, Okaya, I wonder if he's okay. We're in a fancy meeting room. Okaya sits across from the legendary author, Rusha Kaida. She's a total genius, a huge name in light novels. Okaya is sweating. His new company is tiny. He tells her honestly, working with us is a bad idea. He says they have no money for ads, and big bookstores won't even carry their titles. He looks her right in the eye. I don't want to damage your career. He's putting her first, even if it costs him everything. But Russia just smiles gently. She giggles, asking him what's wrong. She thinks to herself he's so different from the trash she knows. She tells him he's a truly trustworthy editor. He prioritizes the author's future, not just quick sales. Okay is completely stunned by her praise. Russia looks at him with pleading eyes. Okay, please. I only want to work with you. He's still trying to be professional. He tells her it's not in her best interest. Her face falls. She thinks he hates her. Tears well up in her eyes. Why? Do you hate me? He quickly reassures her. No, I like you, sensei. She blushes, a little flustered. He tells her this isn't about feelings. Your next book is going to be a massive hit. I'm sure of it. Her heart skips a beat. He believes in her that much, but he explains the harsh reality. Hit light novels need an anime to get really big, and our little label just doesn't have that power. He's willing to lose her, just to protect her career. Risha looks down, thinking hard. She understands he's looking out for her until the very end. She looks up, her eyes filled with determination. I still want to write here. With you? Okaya is speechless. She just won't give up. She beams, her face full of hope. Let's work together. Defeated, he finally agrees. They shake hands. As she leaves, she tells him not to worry about money. There will be good news soon, she says with a mysterious smile. Back at the office, Okaya's boss bursts in, screaming. Okaya, this is huge. We got a gigantic advertising deal. Okaya asks who it's from. The boss yells, from the Kaida Group. Okaya's mind goes blank. The Kaida Group? His coworker jokes, maybe Rusha-sensei is related to them. The boss just laughs. An heiress author? That only happens in manga. They all dismiss the idea as impossible. Cut to a massive, traditional Japanese mansion. The sign reads, Kaida Residence. A sleazy-looking editor is at the gate, begging. He's Kisogawa from Okaya's old company. He's screaming for Rusha-sensei to work with them. Suddenly, a bodyguard grabs him. He's thrown hard onto the ground. A figure stands over him. It's Rusha, in a beautiful kimono. Her eyes are cold as ice. He stammers, asking who she is. Then it clicks. The name. The mansion. You're the young lady of the Kaida Group. His brain short-circuits. A real-life heiress. Then a greedy thought hits him. If I get in good with her, I'm set for life. He immediately starts bowing and scraping. Wow, you're so beautiful. A true genius beauty. He's laying it on thick, trying to flatter her, and then, bam, he's sent flying through the air by the bodyguard. He lands in a heap, completely dazed. Rusha glares at him, her face filled with disgust. He screams, what the hell? That's assault. He threatens to call the police. Rusha just smirks. Go ahead, call them. He dials. But the call won't go through. Her bodyguard leans in. Don't underestimate the Kaida Group. Kisogawa's face drains of all color. Their power reaches everywhere. Rusha tells him he has earned her displeasure, first for mocking her work, which he never even read. But there's one more thing, she says, her voice trembling with rage. You hurt someone precious to me. Kisogawa is confused. Who? I've never met anyone close to you. She screams his name. Oh, Kaya! You drove him away. You're the reason he was fired. She had it all investigated. She knows everything. Kisogawa freezes. It was all because of his petty scheming. Rishi asks him to disappear from her sight. As she turns to leave, she delivers the final blow. I'll be reporting this to my grandfather. His life is over. Our editor, Okaya, yawns. He's starting another long day. He gets a call. It's his author, Rusha-sensei. She's a high school girl and she's super excited for their meeting. Okaya realizes he knows almost nothing about her. He asks about her summer plans. If she's seeing friends, she says bluntly, I don't have any friends. Okaya freezes. He feels like he just stepped on a landmine. He apologizes over and over. She doesn't get why he's so sorry. Later, he arrives at the cafe for their meeting. But Rusha is already there, 30 minutes early. He feels terrible and apologizes for making her wait. She just blushes. You really are wonderful. But then, a waitress walks over. It's Akari. She works here part-time. They stare at each other, totally shocked. Okarin, what are you doing here? Russia immediately starts pouting. She asks if he's close with the cute waitress. He quickly explains she's just an old acquaintance. Akari comes back with their drinks, but she's fuming. She sees them laughing and her face darkens. You seem to be having a fun time working, she says through gritted teeth. She suddenly explodes. That's not what I want you to say. You need to understand a maiden's heart more, she yells. She storms off, leaving Okaya completely lost. He tries to get back to work. He asks for the manuscript. Just then, Akari comes back from her break. She wraps her arms around him from behind. Did you wait, Tilda? Russia can only stare. Stunned. Okaya pulls out the manuscript. It's a massive stack of paper. Akari points at it. Are you kidding me? It's all handwritten. What era are you from? She teases. Russia turns beet red. Shh. Shut up. Okaya explains he types the whole thing in for her. Russia gets a smug look. He gives me special treatment. Akari fires back. That just means you're increasing his workload. The air crackles with tension. The two girls are ready for a fight, but Akari makes the first move. She clings to Okaya's arm. She shoots Russia a triumphant look. Yay! I'm the girlfriend living with Okarin. Okaya's blood runs cold. Wait! That's not... But it's too late. Russia's world completely shatters. Her eyes go wide. Living together! Okaya is at home with a woman. It's Russia, the famous author. He tells her she looks good in her dress. She blushes, her cheeks turning bright red. Hey, I see, she says, all flustered. She tells him she has something important to say. She starts to pull at her dress, but suddenly the door slams open. Hold it right there. It's the twins, Akari and Nanako. Okaya is shocked. Weren't you shopping? The twins ignore him, their eyes locked on Russia. They ask if it's true she's living here now. Akari confirms it. She and her sister live with Okarin. Russia's face goes pale. Your sister! That girl too! The shock is too much. She stumbles backwards. Okaya lurches forward, catching her just in time. That was close, he says, holding her tight. But Russia isn't responding. Her eyes are just spirals. She's completely dazed. And then she collapses in his arms. Later, Russia wakes up in bed. Okaya sits beside her, his face full of worry. He apologizes for what happened. She tells him it's okay, she's fine now. He insists that she needs to rest. His firm, caring voice makes her blush. She gives a small, happy smile. Just then, the twins peek in from the doorway. They bow their heads guiltily. We're sorry. Okaya wants to explain everything to Russia, but she interrupts. She has a question first. She asks him to call her just Russia. Why? She looks at the twins with fire in her eyes. Because I don't want to lose to these two. She declares it right there. She's in this fight to win. Okaya just stands there, totally stressed out. Russia turns to the twins. So is Russia, okay? The twins look defeated. Yeah, that's better. Akari whispers to Nanako. What should we do? She thinks Russia is super cute and slim. We have no chance, she sighs. But Nanako gets a glint in her eye. She puffs out her chest proudly. It's okay. We have big boobs. Akari's eyes light up. A perfect counterattack. Later, Okaya explains the whole story to Russia. He promises there's nothing shady going on. The twins then take Russia to another room. It's time for a secret girls talk. A few minutes later, they all come back, smiling. They start talking about cooking. Russia admits she's terrible at it. Akari's face brightens. I'm bad at cooking too. We're the same, she says, happy to have a comrade. Nanako chimes in. Hey, what about me? Russia's expression turns deadly serious. You are a formidable enemy. Nanako is cute, considerate, and a great cook. On top of that, you're living together? Russia shouts. Isn't that cheating? Nanako just blushes, enjoying the compliments. I wasn't complimenting you, Russia yells back. The three of them are bickering like old friends. Okaya sees them and can't help but smile. He asks Russia if she finally made friends. Russia just blushes and looks away. So Okaya turns to the twins with a bright idea. Akari, Nanako, would you become Russia's friends? The room goes silent. This was a big mistake. Akari yells, don't decide things on your own? Both twins look confused. What are you talking about? Russia's eyes immediately fill with tears. She whispers, someone like me, as friends. I can't. Seeing her cry, Akari's eyes well up too. We're already friends, aren't we? She asks, her voice cracking. Nanako watches them, then just shrugs. I don't really get it. but I don't dislike you. Akari smiles through her tears. She holds out her hand to Russia. Me neither. Let's get along, Russia-chan. Russia looks at the hand, then at Okaya for help. What should I do? She whispers. Okaya gives her a gentle, supportive smile. Follow your heart. Russia knows what she wants. I want to have friends. Akari's face breaks into the biggest grin. Then you know what you should do, right? Russia reaches out and takes her hand. In the next instant, all three girls are in a huge hug. The rivalry is over. A new friendship has begun. The next morning, Okaya finds Nanako already studying. She smiles sweetly and insists on making him breakfast. He watches her, an idea forming in his head. He asks Nanako if she wants to go somewhere today. Her eyes light up. A date? They head to the huge, crowded shopping mall. Nanako is so happy she's practically floating. Okaya turns around, and Nanako is gone. He finds her, looking small and lost in the crowd. To keep her safe, he reaches out and takes her hand. Nanako freezes, her face turning bright red. A huge, blissful smile spreads across her face. Okaya then asks what she wants for a present. Suddenly, Nanako's mood crashes. She thinks about how her sister does all the work. She feels useless and doesn't deserve a gift. Okaya tells her that's not true. She supports him too. Today is your turn. Tell me what you want. But at every store, she finds an excuse to say no. Defeated, she tells him they should just go home. But then, she spots a pet shop. Her eyes lock onto a tiny, adorable puppy. She's completely in love. Okaya asks, should we get this one? Nanako is shocked. A real living thing? She gets quiet, worried about the responsibility. Okaya pats her head gently. He apologizes for suggesting something so rash. Nanako's face falls. The dream is over, but then Okaya holds out a pet carrier. The little puppy pops its head out. He tells her he trusts her to take care of it. Nanako bursts into happy tears, hugging the puppy. Sensei, thank you so much. Suddenly, a voice yells, it's Sis and Okarin. Akari is here, and she sees everything. Wait, were you two on a date? Her face darkens. She points a finger right at Okaya. You and me. Same place tomorrow. It's a date. A girl groans. This box is so heavy. Okarin tells her to just hang in there. They're almost done unpacking his new place. Suddenly, the blonde girl Akari finds something. Ta-da! She holds up a small book. She points at the author's name, Okatani. This is you, isn't it, Okarin? Okarin freezes. His face drains of color. That's something he wrote a long, long time ago. Akari's eyes sparkle with excitement. You wrote light novels? That's incredible. Okarin tries to brush it off, totally flustered, but Akari's expression changes. She looks at him with tears in her eyes. Why did you quit, she asks. The question hits him like a punch. He's thrown back into a painful memory. He's on his knees, begging a man, please let me marry your daughter. The father just scoffs. Don't be ridiculous. He holds up Okarin's light novel. The title is embarrassing. Okarin flinches. The father's voice is full of disgust. You're wasting your time on this worthless nonsense. Worthless? The word cuts deep. He poured his entire soul into that book. The father just turns his back on it. The girl's mother joins the attack. You have absolutely no grasp on reality. She sneers, I hate starry-eyed fools like you. Then, the father gives him a challenge. Get a real job at a top company. Then maybe I'll consider it. He points to a full ashtray. It's a symbol of the harsh, real world. Okarin looks up, a flicker of hope in his eyes. So if I get that job, you'll let me marry her. The father gives a cold, mocking smirk. If you can manage it. He was left with an impossible choice. Chase his dream and live alone. Or give it all up for the woman he loved. Dream or reality. After agonizing over it, he chose reality. But he didn't know the truth back then. He didn't know what kind of person his fiancée, Mise, really was. He didn't know marrying her was the wrong choice from the start. That day, the writer Okatani died, and the salaryman Okaya Mitsuhiko was born. Back in the present, he puts on a fake smile. He tells the girls his book's all bombed anyway. So I just retired. Not that impressive, right? He says he's tired and is going to grab a drink. He quickly walks out of the room. He has to escape. He leans against the wall in the hallway, breathing hard. He can't believe Akari found that book. He tells himself it shouldn't matter anymore, but the father's words still haunt him. Completely blind to reality, he wanders outside onto a bridge overlooking the city. A voice suddenly calls out, Sensei! It's Nanako, the quiet, dark-haired girl. She's running to catch up to him. She holds out his wallet. He must have dropped it. He thanks her, telling her to go back inside. He tries to get her to head back, but she plants her feet, blocking his way. She looks him straight in the eye. "Sensei, why are you lying?" He's totally confused. Lying? She points out he was walking away from the store. He wasn't going to get a drink at all. Her voice starts to tremble. "You had such a scary look on your face." Her eyes fill with tears. On top of this bridge, she starts sobbing, unable to hold it in. "I thought you were going to jump. Please don't die," she begs. Okurin is completely stunned. He gently pats her head to calm her down. "I'm not going to die," he says softly. He admits he was just lost in old memories. "It's about the book, isn't it?" she asks. He's surprised by her insight. "You're sharp." Meanwhile, somewhere else in the city, a woman gets turned down for another job. She walks away, furious and defeated. She pulls out a credit card, whispering a name, Mitsuhiko.